Time to musk up.
Wow. Top 5 for the month of January. I do have more here, but for algorithm purposes, it just sounds better. So I put top 5 in the title. Now, let's just get right into it. I don't want to waste any time. Now, this one was, if I'm not mistaken, has been discontinued. It was a Moscow exclusive. I don't know if it has to do with what's been going on in that region, but nonetheless, this is called Ciel de Goomb or Ciel de Goomb by Maison Kurkdjian. And this here, basically, what you'll get here is just a big, huge ball of amber, mainly vanilla. A very vanilla forward amber. There's definitely a note of jasmine in here, almost slightly indolic in a way, and cinnamon, very spicy fragrance. Almost comes off as plastic-like, like cellophane plastic. Really odd, really weird. I shouldn't like this, but this is a nice one. And you can see Ciel de Goomb is a mall shopping center in Moscow, and that's the design there in the back. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Damn fingerprints. Anyways, next up I have here is one of my favorite from this line. Personally, I think a lot of these are overpriced, although this is as well, but I do think you're getting close to the value of what it retails, and that is Ombre Nomad by Louis Vuitton. And this is basically a leathery fragrance with rose. Isn't listed. They don't tell you rose, but I do get rose, and it might be the raspberry that's giving off that impression of rose here. But basically just smoked woods, leather, raspberry, and rose. And no, this does not smell like Tuscan leather. Ombre Nomad, Louis Vuitton. Next up is another discontinued fragrance. Now, this personally for me is the best that this brand or this perfumer has ever made, or I should say the best fragrance that's been made for this brand, and that is Absolute Pour Le Soir by Maison Kurkdjian. And this basically here is one of the most unique ambers that, well, there was on the market. And that was because of this huge blast of cinnamon here that comes off very spicy and sour and almost pissy-like, if for lack of a better words. Animalic, ambery, and a lot of cinnamon. Now, cinnamon is not listed, if I'm not mistaken, but there's got to be cinnamon in here because that's what it smells like, a big ball of cinnamon, amber, and cumin. Just really, really interesting. I think there's a little bit of rose in here as well, compared to Ombre Sultan the most, or maybe Mitza, but around there. Next recommendation for the month of January is Santal Royale. And here you have some sandalwood, oud, and rose. Smoked woods again. A nice milky sandalwood. And a nice gorgeous plummy rose here. Really loud, so I do not wear this often, but I want to try and get into it again. I usually go like 2 sprays on this as well. But yeah. Santal Royale by Guerlain. Now, let's throw a cheapie in here because some of these are expensive and they're discontinued. So let's throw a cheapie in there, and that is Obsession. This is my modern bottle. This is made by Coty, and to be honest, I've compared this, and this is made in America version. Like I've always said, buy the Made in America version or the Spain, not the France version. That one is, to my nose, different. This costs 50 ml, costs like $18. One of the best ambers that you can get for this price. I mean, this smells like $150, $200 fragrance. And there's other fragrances in the niche realm that smell like this, and they cost a lot more, but nonetheless, the best thing about this is that basil green top that you're gonna get when it first opens up, and then after that, you just get this comfy vanilla, ambery vanilla here, spice galore as well. Really good, absolutely. It's unisex, no issues. Way better than the masculine version. Now this fragrance, I guess you can say maybe this is better for the fall, but I do like this because it just reminds me of the wilderness, like being in the forest with a nice little thin layer of snow still on the ground. And that is Polo Green. Now this is I have two versions. I have a Cosmere and I have a Warner version. This is the Cosmere one, but any one of those would do. You can just tell that this is thicker and richer than the more modern version. Why I love this is it has one of the best tobacco notes in a fragrance that I've tried. Sometimes I laugh when people talk about tobacco fragrances and they bring up things like Xerjoff, what the hell is it called? Xerjoff Naxos. They bring up things like Parfums de Marly Herod. I laugh when I hear that because those are not tobacco fragrances. This, on the other hand, although it's not a tobacco fragrance, has a great tobacco note, and it's absolutely fantastic. Beautiful patchouli note in here. There's also some pine greenness here, tree sappiness, woodiness, just fantastic stuff. Really, really good. And last but not least, this fragrance, I don't know, me and this fragrance have a love-hate relationship due to the note of amberwoods. It is so nuclear, this stuff. When I do wear it, I literally only wear one spray, and it's still really, really loud. So I kind of spray it from a distance. But we have here Frederick Mall, The Moon. And the best way to just explain what this is basically raspberry shisha. And not just the raspberry shisha when you open it, but picture the hot coals on the hookah. Picture yourself inhaling the smoke and then blowing it out. Everything is here, just raspberry, woods, smoky, incense, cool. It's just leathery. It just has so much in here. It's really fantastic fragrance. Although, like I said, the amberwoods is just so toned up, so toned up here that sometimes it's very difficult and overwhelming. But regardless, I still can tell and appreciate that this is a great fragrance. All right, those are my recommendations for the month of January. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.